Welcome in! I'm guessing you've just picked up Animal Crossing and looking for some easy beginner tips. You've come to the right place for 8 tips that I can suggest to you if you're picking up Animal Crossing for the first time. The first tip I can suggest is about tool durability. Now, every tool has a certain amount of uses it can get out of it, and depending on what level of upgrade it's at, the more uses you'll get out of it. When you craft a tool for the first time, you'll make it as its basic flimsy version, but you can upgrade it later. What's even better is you can use it at its flimsy stage, and just before it breaks, you can actually upgrade it to get even more uses out of it. Plus, a tool will only decrease in the amount of uses it has on the amount of successful hits you complete with it. For example, for an axe, if you hit it against a tree, it will decrease by 1 use. And this is the same for a fishing rod if you successfully catch a fish. If you want to know how many hits each tool has at its flimsy stage before you can upgrade it, an axe, for example, has 40 successful hits, and so does a shovel at 40 hits. A slingshot can shoot down 20 balloons. A fishing rod at its flimsy stage will catch 10 successful fishes. A bug net will catch 10 bugs at its flimsy stage, and a watering can will water 20 items. There is an upgrade from the flimsy tools, whether it's into metal or stone, and these can be further upgraded into a gold upgrade when certain requirements are met. You'll need to complete a large number of actions with your tools to eventually obtain the gold upgrade. For example, an upgrade for a golden axe requires you to break 100 axes, whereas an upgrade for your golden fishing rod requires you to catch every fish in the Critterpedia. Just remember that every upgrade version will break no matter what, but every time these are upgraded, you get to use them even more. So I definitely suggest using a tool at its basic state, and if you think it's about to break, definitely go ahead and upgrade it. Next up, we've got the random glowing spots that you'll find around your island, and this will occur once a day. Now, when you use a shovel here to dig out what's inside, you'll find 1,000 bells, which actually can be replanted here to grow into a tree, or better yet, you can replant up to 10,000 bells as long as you have that in your inventory. If you do have 10,000 bells, I definitely suggest taking it out of your inventory and putting it into your backpack so you can replant it into this golden spot. After planting whatever amount you did, you can dig up the money tree and place it elsewhere on your island, whether it's a designated spot you want to put it in or an open area to allow it to grow. 5 days is required for the tree to fully grow and for you to get 3 times the amount that you placed in that hole. For number 3, we've got fossils which can be found all over your island, and you can find about 4 to 5 every day. Now, once you have found them, if you do have a museum on your island, it is best to go in there, assess them, and donate them if you can. But if you've already donated a certain fossil, you can't re-donate it for the second time. So what's really cool is you can either place it on your island to make your own funky dinosaur, or better yet, you can actually sell these fossils, which I definitely suggest for some easy money. These fossils sell for a minimum of 1,000 bells each, and some sell a few $1,000s each, which is at its minimum 4,000 to 5,000 bells that you can make daily once your museum starts to fill up. This is an easy way to make a few $1,000s just for finding fossils on your island daily. Next up, we've got Nook Miles, which not only do you have bells as kind of like your main currency when playing Animal Crossing, but you've also got Nook Miles, which is like a secondary type of currency which unlocks recipes, items, and allows you to travel off of your island to secret islands. At some point, Tom Nook will provide you with a phone and you can track challenges here that unlock even more Nook Miles. Not only that though, Nook Miles Plus, which is via your phone, will offer you daily challenges for easy Nook Miles to gather. The first 5 challenges that you see here will always pay out more, so be sure to prioritize these. Additionally, if you head into the residential services and interact with the terminal here, you'll get free daily Nook Miles, which will increase every consecutive day that you interact with it. This will max out at 300 Nook Miles after the 7th consecutive day. So be sure to interact with this machine every single day, because every consecutive day you interact with it, the amount of Nook Miles it gives you increases. And on the 7th day and any day after that, it'll max out at 300 Nook Miles that it'll give you. Next up, we've got the Mystery Islands that can only be accessed by buying one of the Nook Miles ticket via the terminal for 2,000 Nook Miles. Just take your ticket down to the airport and fly yourself into a Mystery Island. Now, the island you land on will be randomized. Some islands are pretty regular, they've got the same materials that you'll have on your island, and some are even more rarer than others. I would only suggest to bring your tools along or buy them from Wilbur, who's your pilot, when you're there. The rarer islands are honestly the best, as you can find animals such as tarantulas that sell for a crazy 8,000 gold each when you return them back home. Always take any fruit or flowers or anything that you haven't seen on your island before and return them back home. And if you feel lucky, why not travel with an empty bag to collect everything that's at this mystery island and just buy your tools when you're there? For number 6, we've got recipes. This game heavily relies on you finding and crafting these recipes. And there are multiple ways to find these recipes, including the message in the bottle you'll find along the shore on your island once a day, visiting villagers in their home and interacting with them if they're crafting something, or shooting down a balloon with a slingshot which will float by roughly every 5 minutes on your island. Selling crafted items can make you around double the amount compared to selling the raw materials that were used to make that item. For example, a barbell uses 10 iron ore. When sold as materials, 10 iron ore will sell for 3,750 bells, but when used to craft a barbell, it will sell for 7,500 bells. Additionally, if you have the Nook's Cranny on your island, you can find hot items that they will sell for double the amount. You can either interact with the sign outside of the Nook's Cranny or interact with Tim and Tommy within the shop. You may find yourself just running about, not sure what to do, and you're doing your daily activities, and you may not know what is next to do. If you ever find yourself lost on what to do next on your island, just have a chat with Tom Nook. He'll always tell you what is next to expand your island and to further your progress. Eventually, at a certain amount of things unlocked on your island, he'll provide you with the Island Designer app on your phone, which when used will turn you into a builder. You can add and remove any pathways, elevations, and rivers. Plus, more paths can be unlocked through the terminal with Nook Miles. If you don't find these upgrades, just give yourself some time when it comes to this app. You may not get it earlier on, but generally it'll take you a few weeks if you are playing the game every day, which I definitely suggest so you can get the best outcome as early as possible. Now, when you start the game, either Tom Nook or Isabel will give you a morning update of what's happening on your island. Not only can these updates advise you of things such as buildings that you are waiting to finally be built, but as of the recent 2.0 update, they will now advise you of any special visiting characters. There are 15 different types of visiting characters offering you different things, such as Flick, who will buy any of your bugs in your inventory for 1.5 times, or Kix, who will sell you some awesome apparel. On Sundays between 5 AM and 12 PM, you'll want to look out for Daisy May. She'll be selling turnips. You have 6 days to sell these if you buy them from her, otherwise they'll become spoiled, so be sure to buy them at or below 100 bells and sell them for a profit for good money. The amount of turnips you can buy from her is endless depending on how much money you have on you, and these can be dropped within your house for safekeeping so you don't always have to have them in your inventory. And that is the 8th and final tip. If you're an Animal Crossing pro, why not provide a comment down below to help those who are starting out for the first time for some easy tips and tricks. I hope you've learned something for today. Thank you so much for joining, and I hope to see you next time. Take care.